we relaxing. Holiday. Top. Devo. Yeah. Thank you. Ass fat. Slim thoughts. Yeah, I do want that. Yeah. Top. Face cute. Ass fat. Slim waist. I do want that. This my weakness. I'm a freak. Every week. All like cleats. She with me, so she on fleek. I saw her till she get beat. Every week. All like cleats. It's my weakness. I'm a freak. Brush my teeth. My smile clean. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get weak. She know me. I'm Willie B. Face cute. Ass fat. Slim waist. I do want that. It's my weakness. I'm a freak. Every week. All like cleats. Parked outside, waiting for bae, ready for action. She wanna play. Cookie so big, ass like a cake. When I want slice, I gotta pay. Complexion Henny, I color gray. Closing Rodeo, just bought in the day. Cruising around low, like I robbed the bank. She know I'm poppin', so she wanna stay. Yeah, music so good, labels complain. Why he ain't signed? I say I'm paid. She started laughing. Now we relaxing. Holiday in. I'm about that action. Candles get lit. Start to unwrap it. You know that magnum. I gotta have it. She blow them kisses. Talking about her shit. She say don't hurt me. Cause I play dirty. First from the ooh. Cause she squirt early. Shower was crazy. Hair turning curly. Time to check out. Gotta leave early. Top. Face. Cute. Ass. Fat. Slim. Waist. I do want that. This my weakness. I'm a freak. Every week. All like cleats. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get beat. Every week, all like cleats. It's my weakness, I'm a freak. Brush my teeth, my smile clean. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get weak. She know me, I'm Willie B. Face, cute, ass, fat, slim, waist. I do want that. It's my weakness, I'm a freak. Every week, all like cleats. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get beat. High heels fresh, don't walk them streets. AC cool, can't stand that heat. Shopping sprees like make believe. I don't need receipts, cause I ain't cheap. Phone ring, bitch, let me speak. Money on my mind, gotta call a beat. Your flow simple like ABC. My flow harder than a square with a 3. See what I mean? My shit so mean. Keep it 100, can't wear the same jeans. You need be fresher than peers on the street. Call on Uber, cause I wanna be. Versus piano, we go with the bass. Cute ass, top, slim waist, I do want that. It's my weakness, I'm a freak. Every week, ball like cleats. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get weak. Every week. Ball like cleats, it's my weakness, I'm a freak. Brush my teeth, my smile clean. She with me, so she on fleek. I spoil her till she get weak. She know me, I'm Willie B. Face, cute, ass, fat, slim, waist, I do want that. It's my weakness, I'm a freak. Every week, ball like cleats. I like me.
Go in the bag, look in the mirror, see the truth inside. I heard you sleep like you euthanized. Our knowledge in the sky make Pluto rise. BDD, that's the guys. I milked the game so fresh, it was pasteurized. I put a ring on Rad's finger, it was Saturn's sign. If you hating on the queens, I swear that was my line. All they gave me was game, I learned to capitalize. I had to strategize, the end of rainbows ain't no prize. The truth, you see it in their eyes, you side chicken wings and fries. I pulled up to RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned to lioness protect all the time. RASnFRESH give you game, and they really wise. And you can see they soul in they pretty eyes. I pulled up to RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned to lioness protect all the cubs. RASnFRESH give you game, and they really wise. And you can see they soul in they pretty eyes. I pulled up to RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the cubs. I'm talking Simba Nala, the mama of T'Challa. Aphrodite knowledge, and how to grow your pocket. Gotta promote your products, get the cash at. Keep it peaceful, positive, but we gon' pass that. Knowledge, we pass that. On the road to riches, man. If it's a tree, then bring some sap back. We'll teach you how to grab that. If it's a problem, I bring 2 dimes. The Lion King, Nala Pin, Simba 2 times. RASnFRESH, give you game, and they really wise. And you can see their soul in their pretty eyes. I pulled up the RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the colors. RASnFRESH, give you game, and they really wise. And you can see their soul in their pretty eyes. I pulled up the RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the H&H all on the Houston, baby, you should rock.
Hey guys. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
RASnFRESH give you game, and they really wise. And you can see they soul in they pretty eyes. I pulled up the RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the cubs.
Hey girl. You on mute.
My bad. You know, I got a little 6-year-old that I was trying to get into bed. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. How are you? You look beautiful.
And you too, as usual.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, y'all. Salute to the chat. Thank you for coming to Rods and
Fresh, freaking fresh.
We are happy to see you. Thank you on this Thursday. Everybody waits for Wednesday for the hump day, but we waiting for Thursday. One more day to Friday, and yes, Lord. But we gonna start off tonight.
I had 2 days off. So
you got 2 days?
I had 2 days off. Can you believe it?
Mm.
That's not like me to have that much time off work. But I was still working on other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just from my primary source of income, I was at home.
Yeah.
It was nice.
My primary source of income, I work at home, but I'm still working. So
I still work.
You know, I was tired, but I'm happy to see y'all. Let's see who we got in the chat right now. I see Behind the Bar, of course. We definitely have Smooth Carter, Jen. Thank you for being here with us. Pamela J, Harlem Girl 135.
Hey, Niecy.
Teresa Ford, Dunn, Philly, Fresh Brown. Hey, bro, how are you? Who else do we have? Ken Murray, what he said. Miss Raslin, Buddy Lee. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
In our impromptu show, it wasn't really planned because we kind of wanted to do like a fun show with the what were we gonna do? Fetishes, triggers, and
pet peeves.
And we still gonna do that for y'all. But
yeah,
this week been kind of weird. It's been a lot of stuff going on, and I felt like we needed to kind of touch on it or give people a chance to kind of talk about it a little bit. It just seemed like a lot for 1 week, and the damn week's not even over.
What's been going on in the news? A whole lot of shit.
A whole lot of shit.
Yes, definitely. Where you want to start off at?
Well, we might as well start off with the beginning of the week. Monday, everybody woke up, went to work, got on the miniature idiot box, right? And what happened? Facebook.
Out of
Instagram.
There. Out of there. Out of there. Gone.
Now, for some people, that was probably the longest 6 hours of their life. Yeah.
Yep, I got the text from you like Instagram is out. I'm like, oh.
And it wasn't even like a freak out thing. It was like, just FYI, you know, if you can't, you know, you're wondering why your stuff's not refreshing.
I had just took my morning pictures. I was wondering why the shit was slow. Like, whoa, what's going on?
You know, I don't do Facebook as much as I used to. I only use WhatsApp if I'm going out of the country. So I only noticed it because, you know, I do a lot of stuff on Clubhouse, which means I do a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I just noticed like the same post was sitting in the same place. You know what post it was? In fact, it was a beautiful picture of oh God, it was somebody's daughter.
Was it a me girl?
No.
I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying.
It was a picture of one of my friend's daughter, I think. And it was still sitting there. I'm like, Instagram don't sit there like that. You swipe and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I knew something was wrong instantly. And then that's when I heard that all of Mark Zuckerberg's platforms were shut down.
Yeah, I definitely use WhatsApp only for my family members in St. Lucia and out the country as well. Love y'all if y'all watching. But like you said, Mark Zuckerberg, I believe he's the owner of Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp.
He had a busy couple of days. You know, he just had that big 60 minutes whistleblower the night before. And so according to Facebook, it was a scheduled update due to for the system, and it just kind of went left.
Yeah, ironically, the night before the whistleblower is supposed to go to the Supreme Court.
It happened the night before. The
night before
happened Sunday, and then Monday the system was down for 6 hours.
Yeah, and she was saying that it was a conflict of interest. She's basically a former employee, correct? For those who don't know, she's a former employee with Facebook. She took records and files when she left, proving that they had like some quote unquote conflict of interest, things that was misleading the public and saying that Facebook basically promoted violence and misinformation into the algorithms they created like that to get more people coming. So basically saying they get more money for their profit. They don't care about their people. They care more about the profit and the money that's made.
And I think one of the big problems was that, you know, by allowing a lot of like the hate speech and everything to continue to go on the platform, they're saying that, you know, it kind of had a huge effect on what happened at the Capitol building. So, you know, Facebook, of course, is denying that. I don't know how, you know, true that is. I didn't really look into that part, but I do know that, you know, she really gave up a lot of information and people are wondering like if she can be sued, but I know that they have protection for whistleblowers.
Yeah, not only did it influence quote unquote the Capitol situation, but Facebook and all social media platforms can influence a lot of things. When we had the George Floyd marches, when we had the marches for like the Tamir Rice and all that was on Facebook. If we did not have social media, if we did not have these platforms, we would not see all those things. So do you actually believe or agree that they could possibly be creating an algorithm where they are promoting that? That's what you
know. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm in the minority. Most people think, that's what's happening. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I mean, if this is generating popularity for you, money for you, then I could see them doing it. Like, I feel like they can get away with it. I mean, corporations do stuff like this all the time. They just got caught. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying they just got caught. So that's one of the big differences is, you know, somebody actually blew the whistle. I mean, the last time you had somebody really come forward was what was his name? Eric Snowden. And he couldn't even take asylum here in the States. He's where, in Russia?
Yeah, something like that. True. But Facebook's been around for 17 years. I believe this guy, Mark Zuckerberg, has been to Capitol Hill 4 times for this.
Something like that.
Yeah, but the question is it Facebook itself or is it our government? Should our federal government intervene and put specific laws on how they mandate the use of social media. They're saying that young girls are on Instagram, and because of them, they are possibly being trafficked. They are facing self-esteem and low self-esteem because they're always characterized and put up against one another to compete. It was said that Mark Zuckerberg knows these things but still continues to do that. So in other countries like China and places like
they don't play that.
Yeah, they don't play that.
They don't play that.
They're regulated. So are we going for regulations? Is that the outcome of this? Because we're screaming, oh, they're doing this. And when everything is shut down, we're upset when it comes out. But we go the next day still sharing our information. They're still taking things from us. We're still on YouTube and Facebook.
And they telling us they doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they telling us, I mean, for a long time, they weren't saying anything. And that, I think that was the big problem, is that privacy became an issue. And I do believe that when he went to Capitol Hill, that very topic was discussed of whether or not the government should be allowed to regulate those types of things with social media. And I do believe that, you know, if it's continuing to be a situation where it's getting dangerous, then I don't see why we couldn't regulate it. I mean, people are not using these platforms for what they're meant to be used for.
True.
You know what I mean? Which is, you know, like I always say, social media is a blessing and a curse. So you have people on one hand that I really believe needed that break for 6 hours from social media.
Yeah, definitely.
All they do is look in the phones, the tablets, you know. We're all guilty of it. Whoever has a social media account, you know, we spend a little more time than we should. So but my biggest thing about this, and why I reached out to you and I was telling you how like really not worked up, but like how much it made me start to think. There are so many people who have businesses, the internet, e-commerce, right? Probably the largest form of business there is, right?
Yeah.
You know how many people lost money, including Mark Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg lost like $7 million, $7 billion. Something crazy. It was insane. It was like $7 billion.
5.4 shares or something, but that Tuesday was.
But then, I was gonna say the next day that he got so he shipped that, and so he probably will really miss it. But for those people who rely on social media for business reasons, they rely on social media for contact. So I'm pretty certain that they were panicking. Like I heard the panic, I seen the panic firsthand. And it made me think we have gotten so far from keeping things offline. So that's what I really wanted to talk about to people as far as like that happening. We need to go back to getting our contacts and keeping our contacts offline as well. There needs to be a backup database. I don't care if you got to go back to Rolodex, little black book, address book, Excel spreadsheet. Because what ends up seriously, because you have all these businesses, they rely on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. Now, these are all third-party apps when it comes to your business. You own your business, but you don't own the social media platform that you're using. That's a free platform that you're using, and it's putting you in front of millions of people. I get it. But if we don't start to kind of simplify things so that we could survive if social media goes down again, you don't have to worry about your business stopping. Your customers and consumers can still reach you via email. They can still reach you by cell phone, you know, things like that. So that's the first thing I thought of was like, so many people lost money. Yeah.
So many people lost money. You're right. I do agree with that. I thought about people wouldn't be able to contact folks, but more importantly, I thought about me. You know what I thought about? I text you and I said, "Oh my gosh, are they trying to kill us? Is it a terrorist attack?" That's what I said.
I probably overloaded you with stuff because I was like, "Oh my gosh." Well, sounds like overseas. So like they said in Jamaica that the internet completely was down. So now my brain started working again. I'm like, okay. So now social media is down. But you have backup platforms. There was plenty of people that were able to use Twitter. They were able to use TikTok. They were able to use what's the other one? Clubhouse. They were able to use Snapchat. They could use all of those. But what happens? We're taking it a step further. What happens if the internet goes down altogether?
Yeah, what happens?
So don't be laughing at me when I'm talking about the Excel spreadsheets and the Rolodex, because you never know when you're going to need that, because your business has to keep going.
True. But I'm just saying, when you say Excel, Rolodex, telephone, phone call, rotary phone, I think some of y'all up in here is over 35, but back to what you're saying, we do need that. We do need a backup plan. And what are we going to do? We are so dependent on technology, so dependent on the internet.
We are.
And my thing is it far-fetched to say that the shit will fail, or is it just YouTube, Facebook and all of that?
I look at it like, okay, I believe Facebook and Instagram, a lot of these platforms are probably here to stay. However, when you think back years and you think about Black Planet, MySpace, where the hell are those things now? Where's Tom at? You remember when Tom used to put down in the corner of your screen, right? That's when you could put all the good music up. You didn't have to worry about none of that. Right. Where are these platforms now, right? When Facebook came, exactly. you did not hear about MySpace no more. So things evolve. So my thing is like, you just need to be prepared, just in case something like this happens on a larger scale. Because it's possible, and it's possible for one day Mark Zuckerberg might get in so much trouble and they shut down Facebook altogether. I'm sure he has parameters, things set up for that not to happen, but you never know.
Yeah, true. And I'm not necessarily looking for him to, I don't know what the outcome could be. Like I said, it's been 17 years and it's new. The internet at one point was new. It was a trial and error situation. Did people actually know what the purpose of it, what they set out for the purpose to be throughout time? Every single day, things are changing. What I say is get your kids off the internet. Get your daughter's pictures off of there. Get your son's pictures off of there. Get it off the internet. I myself need to do it. Like, after hearing that, I knew about it, but it's so much going on that we would never know. And I don't want to even contribute or put my child in that situation. She's not old enough to even be in that limelight. So to be posting pictures of them like that after hearing that, yeah, that's what it made me think of. But, yeah, that's about it.
I just it was just really funny just seeing how many people were really panicking. And I was just like, do you have a business on Facebook? Do you have a business? It was 6 hours. So unless you had I know people have scheduled posts and stuff that are going to go up and everything. So all that stuff got messed up. So, I get it. But this is the time to start figuring out how to reconnect with your consumers. That's what a business is. A business is a relationship between an consumer and the business, the person that's selling the product or the service. And I feel like a lot of the connection between the consumer and that entrepreneur is lost. So by simplifying things, you're now forced, if you don't have social media for a day, you're now forced to reestablish those connections and those relationships. And so I think a lot of people are afraid to do that. I know back in the day, when we didn't have social media, you know what people did to get their music out? You know what people did to get the word out that they had certain type of talents and stuff? We had street teams.
Yeah, I was part of a street team. All on the wall.
Boots to the ground. You had to go out. Remember, we would put flyers on cars. You get chased out of freaking the little strip mall areas and stuff because you putting stuff on the cars and stuff. People don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
I want
to recognize what some of the people in the chat were saying. in regards. We had here. Oh, Peter Thomas. What does this say here? I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. I am new to the channel and I like it. Hey, Peter, we like you here.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome. That was sweet of him. What else do we have going on here? I don't know here. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna go from my phone because they moving kind of slow. Miss Shannon in Sales Esquire. Jen, tell them hi. Behind the bar, I'm under 35, but I'm still up to speed. Hey, Buddy Lee. Jay Savage needs to go back to Black Planet. I'm sure you was all on Black Planet, Jay.
Black Planet was the joint, yo. You got to really customize your page. Yo. You spent time like structuring that thing.
DS, welcome to our platform. I'm so happy to see you here. I'm showing my flabby arms like you said the other night. I hope you like them. Take a bite. Hi. Anyways, but yeah, I definitely think that was it was a scary situation for some, and definitely for the people who grew up in this generation of Facebook and social media. They were dying. They were losing.
They were.
Yeah.
But I also think they were scrubbing that network though. Because ain't no way in the world they had, you telling me they had that set up before that lady went and did that 60-minute interview? I don't believe it. I think they needed them 6 hours to scrub the system or whatever it is. They didn't want you to find. And they messed up because it shut the system down. And they probably didn't expect that to happen. It was a glitch for real. That was the last thing that they expected to happen. But just for people who ever find themselves in this situation again, find themselves without social media, I just have a couple of recommendations for you that were told to me by people who run, that they mentor people on business. Have a backup plan. Don't rely on just social media. Instagram's great. Facebook's great. It puts you in front of a lot of people. We get that. However, what you need to do is make sure that you back up all your contacts into an email format. So you can do that by creating your own website, which you will own. You can go to GoDaddy and you can get you a website for $6.99 a month. Get that website. It belongs to you. So everybody, all the traffic that comes to your website, you have it as a record. You have their emails, you have their phone numbers, you have all their contact information. So that way, if for some reason social media isn't working, your website still has all that information. Create email blast. So take it a step further, take those emails from that website, send out emails from time to time, reconnecting with your consumers. And then also you have an option of doing SMS text messages. So those are those text messages that you get from businesses. Somehow you managed to set up with them. I know Fashion Nova, they was on top of their shit on Monday. They were sending out messages like, our text app still works. Our website still works. So you don't have to worry about
everybody in the world wearing their clothes. They trying to get every check.
They was not playing. They was on top of it. So those are just a few things that you can do to kind of keep up with all your contacts. Because, I was talking to someone the other day about their channel getting shut down and having to start over.
Yeah.
That's like thousands of subscribers sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to have a backup plan. Cross over. No, they had to start all over. But you can cross over. You can cross over platforms as well. Like you don't have to just do one or two. Spread across all. Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok work perfectly. So just have a backup plan, guys, because I don't think that this is going to be the last time that something like this happens. So we want to be prepared.
Yeah, definitely. As long as in court, he's going to be getting scrubbing and buffing a lot of shit away. And they're going to lose a lot of stuff. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah. Did anybody else have anything to say?
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Any
multi-source.
questions? Anybody has some comments about this here? Probably not. Guess not. Well, I live in the good old state of Texas, and I live in a beautiful city, the real H, down here in Houston, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Holla.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and have that one. We gonna put this to rest one day.
But sadly,
I
in
love
Dallas, Texas, well, not in Dallas, Texas, in Arlington, Texas, they
in
had a
Arlington.
quote school shooting. A young 18-year-old came up into the school, and some say that it was a school shooting. Some say that it was retaliation. They still don't know, but there were 4 injured, I believe, 3 at the hospital,
Yes.
and 1. Yeah, and
Yeah. So it was, I believe it was one teacher that fell. So that was like an indirect injury. There was a young lady that was 15 years old that was grazed by the bullet. It was another teenage boy who was seriously injured. I think that he was in ICU, but he's I believe doing better now. And then I think a 25-year-old. They said it was a teacher, but I'm not sure if they were able to really confirm what his role was at the school. So that was weird.
I did hear that too, like a young 25-year-old or something like that at the school.
Right there.
Like, God damn, they don't know where he's from. God forgive me, but I'm just saying they don't know where the hell he's from. He on the school campus. Odd. But what they said was, when I said we don't know if it's retaliation or not, some said it was a school shooting, and most school shootings, the culprit or the perpetrator is a certain.
You can say it.
Usually not black, exactly, not black, usually young, 16, trench coat type shit. And this guy was a black young male who was 18, and he came into the school. They said the day before that he had gotten into a fight. His mother said that he was being bullied. It was videotaped and everything. Prior to that, or an hour or so, he got into a fight too. So when the gunshots went off, they're like, is this retaliation or is this a school shooting? They went to his house. They camped out in front of his house. And if I am wrong, anybody can correct me in the chat, or you also. They camped out in front of his house, guns pulled and everything, not necessarily knowing if that was the property, but he did turn himself in. His bail was
with
with a lawyer. Thank God. The bail was $75,000. He is at home now. So what do you think about that?
The first thing I want to say is this was not a mass shooting. People need to understand the difference. Because the first thing I saw was mass shooting at a Arlington, Texas high school. This was not a mass shooting. Okay. Yeah. This was a school shooting. It was an isolated event. He did not wake up that morning with the intention of going to shoot up the entire school. So we're not going to put that stigma out there. Okay.
Exactly. Not over here, RASnFRESH.
Yeah, no, we're not going to put that out there. So that was something that, like, yesterday when I kept hearing about it, that was the one thing kind of like, it's like jabbing me a lot. Cause I was like, it wasn't a mass shooting. Okay.
Yeah.
Timothy Simpkins is his name.
Exactly.
And his parents did say that he was experiencing bullying. It has not been confirmed yet by the high school or the police department whether or not that was true. Just putting that out there. But they did say that he's been bullied and that it was reported. So this was something that the school was aware of, according to his family. So that, for me, is where part of the problem lies. Because if it's been reported, why hasn't anyone done anything about it? Bullying is really one of those things that really bothers me, because I had this kid one time call themselves trying to bully my child, but they ain't know her mama because I fight kids, okay? So I had to go up to the school, and the vice principal was like, Miss Williams, you can't hang out by the lockers waiting for the kids. I was like, I was waiting for you. But yeah, like,
get your ass on over here.
I think that this shooting raises a lot of questions, about having armed guards at school, about counselors at school checking out mental health on students, metal detectors, the gun law. I mean, it is a part of our right to protect ourselves and bear arms, correct? So, these kind of things constantly brings into question whether or not they need to change the laws about guns. And so I'm kind of torn on that because I really believe that we should have the right to protect ourselves. I do think that the process to get a gun should be much more difficult than it is. It's way too easy. Because if you start taking away people's rights to bear arms, what's going to end up happening is you're going to see an influx of black market gun dealing. It's already happening. It's just going to get worse. So people are going to start getting guns illegally, and you're going to create a whole different type of problem. So I think maybe some amendments need to be made to the law, but we definitely don't need to take away Americans' right to protect themselves. I mean, this topic is difficult for me because I just, I had a high school and I got one that's going to be in high school, and I'll never forget getting a text from her telling me they found a bullet in the hallway at the school, and it was just a bullet, and I was ready to freak out. So I can only imagine. I probably would have lost it. I thought of it from a parent perspective.
I thought of it from a parent perspective as well, and I couldn't imagine my daughter being at school and then watching on TV that it's a school shooting, whether it was retaliation or a mass shooting or not. And the thing is that in Texas, like, we can carry our guns however we want to. The laws was just changed. The beginning of this month or last month or something like that. So for me, the issue is at that school. Why didn't this kid feel protected? If this is a bullying situation and if it's on record that he's been bullied and everything like that, why did he have to take everything into his own hands like that? Why? Right. Because at some of these schools, they don't have security. They don't have teachers who want to put that time in and possibly go the extra mile. And then these kids is wilding out and all types of shit. But it's just unfortunate. But then they're writing laws where teachers can bring guns to school. What type of madness is that going to cause? Like an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old, I'm grown as shit. You can't tell me nothing. And they pull out the blazer. Like,
shit, did he get the gun from the teacher's desk? Yeah. They still don't know where he got the gun from.
He know where he got the gun from, and I'm sure,
of course.
I'm just saying, but
it brings into question, Roz, so many different things. Like, okay, you cannot just look at it like, okay, he just came to school and shot, just like they give all the other types of people the benefit of I ain't gonna say the benefit of the doubt, but they start throwing out there all these narratives. Oh, he had mental illness. That's what we always hear when it comes to people of another race.
Exactly.
When it comes to African American young black boy shooting at school, probably white people, they're not interested in what happened. They're not interested in.
They're not.
Right. There could be a number of things going on. There could have been things going on at home. From what I understand, he lives in a really good neighborhood. I believe he has a 2-parent home. Like, it's not the usual circumstance that they would try to, slap us with, or the stereotype they try to slap us with. So for him, I feel like to go home and get a gun, to come back to school, get into a fight, and pull a gun out and shoot, something's going on. There's more to this. It's more than just the bullying. So, I mean, that means he's probably talked to the school about it. They done nothing about it. I heard they've been stealing his money. They were beat. He was getting his ass whooped. So what was going on? What's happening? Like, it's so much more to this than just he just brought a gun to school and shot. So I'm just good. I'm just happy that. Oh, I agree. Listen, he deserved to go to jail. And I'm not trying to give him an excuse. But just like they do the process of trying to figure out what happened when the skin was white, they need to do the same thing when the skin is black. So I'm just glad that his parents were smart enough to have him turn himself in and to do it with an attorney, because it's a good chance that he may not have ever made it to that police station. Absolutely. People can only take so much. Were you talking?
Exactly. I didn't realize I was on mute, but
I was going to say, were you on mute?
No, I agree with everything you said, but like I say, I'm still putting it on the teachers for now and the school system. Granted, he brought the gun to school. It's unfortunate. How did he get it through them doors? Everything like that. Where was his security? Where did they advocate for him and his safety? My daughter came home from school yesterday. I gave her $2 yesterday morning. She said, "Mom, I want to buy something from the cafeteria." Sure, baby, here you go. Here you $2. Picked her up from school. When she got in the car, I said, "Did you get some for lunch?" And she said, "No, Mama, somebody took my $2. What? Oh, I lost it. No. Oh, I lost it. I sat in the car. I was like, "What?" And she, I said, "Oh no, I wanted to turn around, but I'm on the clock. I got to go back to work." So I said, "I'm going to write a letter tomorrow and we're going to get those $2 back." "How we going to do that, Mama?" "Oh, we're going to get those $2 back." But immediately in my mind, I thought about, I don't want this to be a situation where she's being bullied or it starts off where this kid thinks that he can take her money every day and she's too timid to say something. She said She told the teacher, and the teacher just looked at her crying. That's what really pissed me off. So girl wrote the letter. I mean, I had lines on the paper writing the letter. And then when I went on break today at 12, I went to the school. I
was going to say that sometimes you just got to go to the school because the letter doesn't work.
Thank you. I said, I need to see the teacher and I need to see this kid. Call his mama, get our $2 back and all of that shit. I was serious as hell. The teacher gonna tell me, "Oh, I took the $2 because I didn't want to cause confusion." Well, she didn't come home with the $2 and you ain't write a letter about the $2. And she said, the little boy, it was so much confusion. But once again, this is teachers, not my feeling, not stepping in, not intervening, not doing the right things to prevent, possibly not being trained in certain social areas where there's social engagement with students and people, like in the teachers and the other students. Like, that's a major problem for me. And we don't get goddamn $2 back.
Get your $2 back. We need to send it to BDB. I feel like this opens up, so many different problems. Like it shines light on so many different problems, because you think about the teachers, you think about the fact that we're in COVID, we're still dealing with COVID, and these children have feelings and issues too. We talked about this during our mental health
first show. Yeah.
Make sure y'all go back and watch our mental health episode. It was our first episode and there was some really good information there. But it goes back to our kids and them feeling like they have a voice and that someone's listening to them. Whether it be a teacher, a parent, somebody needs to be listening to these kids.
Yeah,
I would like it to start at home, of course. You want it to be at home. You need to be engaging your kids. You need to be finding out what they're doing, what the hell they're watching, what they're listening to. Like all of those things kind of, our kids just get attached to social media or they get attached to devices. As parents, we're all guilty of it. Homeschooling was an issue because kids were failing. Now that they're back in school, they're back around their peers. They're being bullied. They're not telling their parents, or they are telling their parents. Their parents aren't doing anything. They're not writing the letters. They're not going to the school. So they fall through the cracks. And when you fall through the cracks like that, it starts to build up. It starts to build up. And then it is an explosion. It just so happens that he went in the direction of taking the gun to protect himself when he could have taken the gun and turned it on himself. So unfortunately, you see one end or the other. So that's why it's so important for us to talk to our kids. It's so important for us to tell these schools, you know, we're paying attention. We are going to make sure that you're engaging our kids because we don't want this kind of shit to happen. You know what I mean? There was no security. There was security there, but they don't have they don't have metal detectors. It's supposed to be a good school. It can happen anywhere, any neighborhood. Crime don't know no color. Right. So it just opens up the floodgates for so many different conversations, Roz, that where do you start?
Yeah.
It starts at
You're
home.
right. It definitely does. Do you think we should take like a quick break and drop the link and see what the other people want to say about it?
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll come back in a second. Before we go, I just want to briefly thank some of the people who sent cash apps. We have Alma Rose here. Thank you so much for joining the show, as well as Behind the Bar. Thank you guys very much. We are going to take a quick break, drop the link, come back, get some people in this chat who I see who have some wonderful comments to say and remarks about this situation. And we'll be back in a second.
Tweaking, finesse it, all the games. I'm not to be messed with. Y'all be praying, shit so temporary. One in the chamber, one up, I need leverage. Y'all completely took the script, no director. I'm trying to break the bank while y'all break up. Too much at stake, yeah. That's a fact. Imagine it, watch the close ones. They all stab you in your bag. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. When I step out, I'm giving them chills. Run your bag up, and you know the feel. You know I'm up next. I'm running up checks, stepping on next. Know I had to flex. Finna ice on my neck, put my man in the gates. Buy my mama a jet. You bitches were choosy, could never be like yo. Fucking with no goofies, just to be goofies. At the end of the day, your nigga gon' choose me. Running up a bag, whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag, running whole lot of cash shit going on. I say I'm coming strong, like I can't do no wrong. If you ain't feel me before, you gon' feel me now. I'm making big moves now, giving you bitches something you can talk about. Check the progress, not with the losses. Now I'm flawless, a bigger bag now. Yeah, I'm focused. They try to count me out, but I'm chosen. This life has just begun. If you want a problem, my team they told them guns. They slang them just for fun. So when they come, don't run. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Running whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag. Break all time shit. You know what I'm saying? Say it to the motherfucking top. See? Let nobody tell you stop. Whatever the fuck you do what you do. Be you. Yeah. I am. Time. What? Say, I see you. I know. This all my niggas working. I see you. I see you. Keep on grinding, make them money. Cause I do. If I work all I know, I get up my move. Yeah, mama living in the she laughing woo. You can be the same way if you put effort in. This for all my niggas working. I see you. This for all my niggas working. I see you. I shot cause I put in the work. On the road to get the money, 12 behind me, so she put it in a skirt. I've been grinding for the longest. Big first to work on the strongest. Some ways to get money, I'm on it. I work so hard that I give me a bonus. What would you do for the money? What would you do with your money? Count me attention on Monday. Flip me 3 packs and drive back to the country. I've been really on the road to riches. Counting paper, stacking, flipping ditches. So crazy like I was on 4th and inches. It's a 30 stuff down in my thunder. Cruising my dick in my child on my pride. A lot of niggas in here. Bills are banging, they digging, they shooting, they selling them pies. Bouncing on cars like a child. Section their papers for food since the way. Ain't it that shit? Working 2 jobs to pay rent. Looking at scammers get rich. Thinking about trapping the shit. Banging my head to the wall. Weakest when she wanna call. I hit them jaws. Screaming for Lord. Devil in me when the fuck up was for. First made me more. Kisses when I'm on a tour. She know my rappers is good. Fuck up my dick is the king. No mama the meanest. My time on my scheming companion. Studio flow with no limit. Back out the rhymes of a feeling. Sound like the movie the way I be spitting. Sound like the force of the bitch she be dripping. Told me so good when she say when I'm hitting. Remember them days in plaza. Jones in the hole we be chopping and pulling them projects. My mama don't care about the drama. Talk. Right. See? I see you. This all my niggas working. I see you. Keep on grinding, make that money. Cause I do. I work all I know. I get up my move. Mama living in the she laughing woo. You can tell the same way if you put effort in. I see it. This for all my niggas working. I see you. Keep about 2 or 3 P's. Features come easy to me. They on that beat like I need to get in. Take my time, I'm a grind, I'm a win. Shorty keep calling, she wanna be friends. No, it's a joke, I'm not stupid. She heard this song, she don't music. Want me to meet her, let's do it. Tell me the place if it's far, I'ma Google it. Better be naked, no fool of shit. Tell my bros lock up and pick up the cooler quick. Word for what? She ain't no super bitch, smoke my blunt. They got me loose and shit. Feeling the fire, sipping that goose, mixing that berry, looking at shorty, talking like Ellie, but I want that chick up, she going downtown like a 2 train. Riding so hard like a Chevy in Houston, rocking my niggas like Alex and Brock. Hickory dickin', but she want the cock, saying she feeling me, she need to stop. But I don't need you, cause I'm on the zone. My shit be begging for calls and home. Mixed it be crazy, they calling my phone. Talk, right, see, I see you, this for all my niggas working. I see you, keep on grinding, make that money, cause I do. I work all I know, I get up my move. Mama living in the she laughing woo. You can tell the same way if you put effort in. If you what? This for all my niggas working. I see you, I see you. I see you.
Hey, shout out to Willie Podcast.
Thank you. Love your music. And if you guys have any original music out there, definitely send that to us. We are the podcast that wants to play all original music on here. So if you know somebody, if you're an artist yourself, if you got some 20 years old, give it to us. Let us give it a chance and play it on our show, please.
Please, pretty please. What she said.
We will appreciate that. We thank you guys for being patient. Excuse me. Y'all know I'm a smoker sometimes, excuse me. But thank you guys for being patient. We do have 2 people in the back who are going to speak on the topic. It looks like we have an Ant Dog here and D. Just give me a second to cam them up.
Ant Dog here. Let me take my shot now.
You know. Welcome to the panel, Ant Dog, and welcome to the panel, D. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, welcome to the panel.
Man,
Do you
I'm
guys
happy
have?
to be here, man.
We're happy that you're here. Would you like to comment on some of the topics that we spoke about earlier?
Yeah, I just want to say what's up to Fresh. You know, I ain't got acquainted with you yet, but it was good with you. Yeah, I heard y'all talking
Thank
about
you for joining us.
heard y'all talking about school bullying and whatnot, and Fresh, you was out of line for that. You know, waiting at the lockers trying to fight little kids. Like, what the fuck?
I wasn't trying to fight her. I was waiting for the principal.
But all right. But anyway, yeah, man. You know, kids these days, they just gotta start fighting. You feel me? Like, you know, when I was in school, man, niggas would, you know, get it on, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom or in the locker room and doing gym class and shit. You know what I mean? And that's what motherfuckers need to get back to. You know, these kids these days, they so quick to pick up a gun, man. They're scared to get their ass whooped because it's different now. You know, they got social media now and like, you get your ass whooped, your shit getting played over and over and over again on Facebook and Twitter and all types of shit. So, you know, I kind of understand how it gets some motherfuckers' egos, but at the same time, man, fuck that shit, man. You just gotta throw hands one time, you know what I mean?
I agree. That's how we handled things back in the day. We go outside. We couldn't wait till 3 o'clock. We was about to square up, whether it be in front of the building, down the block. People scared to get their ass whooped now. So that's basically what the problem is. So I totally agree with you 100%.
All right, I'm with y'all. How's everyone? How's the
What's
Hey,
missus?
good,
Angela.
bruh?
All right. But Raz, girl, you say your somebody took your daughter's money?
Uh-oh. You on mute?
You on mute, Raz?
Rob?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. 1 second. Yeah, somebody took her $2 that I gave her for lunch that day for snacks.
Oh, that's not good. Did you handle the situation?
Yeah, I wrote a letter to the teacher, and I actually said in the letter, I have instructed my daughter to tell you guys. Now that you have not done nothing, she has all wares now to hit, kick, scream, and defend herself if anyone tries to take her money. I thought that was a little bit too much, so I went to the school
Oh
and
no,
tried to
it's not.
smooth it
No,
over
it's
to
not.
them.
Because she will be messed up if she just let that continue. Because the person that's not going to stop until somebody put foot in his tail. So you did the
Exactly.
right
Because I
thing.
wanted to see the
You did the
kid.
right thing.
I wanted to see the child. Exactly. Thank
But
you.
the teacher ain't say nothing. What is that about?
Yeah, the teacher
That's
said, "Oh,
crazy.
I took the money." I think she was fibbing for the little kid.
Oh, that's not good
Yeah.
at all.
You see
There's
what Fresh
somebody's.
said?
So Anthony, you live in Texas. What did he say? I'm sorry. What did he say?
Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
So Anthony, you live in Texas. Did you hear about the shooting in Arlington at the Arlington High
Oh,
School?
yes,
Well, it
I
wasn't Arlington
did.
High School. It
Yes,
was
I.
Temple High School in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah, I heard, and I was watching. But my thing is, how you get out the school and back into school, and then get back out to school.
Thank you, Fresh.
Something wrong with that. And then they talking about they were there immediately. You couldn't have been there immediately if he got in and got out of school and back into school. So somebody ain't telling something
Exactly.
right. Somebody ain't telling something right. So
You're right.
there's a dead cat on the line somewhere.
Who is that? I can't see.
I'm thinking we have Yellow Jesus here.
You should ride.
Pimp.
What's up, pimping?
There's a lot of people on the line. There's somebody in there, they dying in the background. That ain't me though.
There is some beeping going on.
It looks like windows.
We got a problem.
It sounds like
I'm gonna go on mute till somebody gets it right.
I know Yellow Jesus got
All right.
got some gems to drop for us. What's your perspective on the school shooting?
Say it one more time. I apologize.
What's your perspective on what happened with the school shooting in Texas?
My perspective is that young man is 18 years old and he's gonna get tried as an adult. And that's what the saddest part of it is. That he's gonna get tried as an adult because it might have been something like y'all said earlier, he might have got jumped or this or that might have happened. But no matter what happens, he's going to get tried as an attempt murder as an adult because he's 18 years old. And he's going up the river. He's going up to yonder. He's going up to yonder, baby. And y'all ain't going to see him for a long time.
9254. What was the location?
Y'all took it from 105
Is the police? Hold on, that's the police.
Oh, Anthony.
That is not the
dog.
police. He's at work.
We gonna
That's
need
the
you
police.
to mute up or something.
I muted
Yes,
his
I'm
mic.
here.
My cat
I'm
ran
here.
away. 3 people
Your
got
cat
shot a
ran-
block over from me. My cat ran to the blood. I'm in here. I'm sad. I'm smoking the pain away.
You said
Salute
your
to
cat
the
ran
lady.
to the blood.
About the first lady. First of all, if you're not talking, put your phone on mute. We hear all that in the background.
Your cat
talking
ran
to
to
me?
the blood?
My cat ran to my cat is a gangster. He ran to the blood. He didn't run away from it.
Oh
Shit,
no.
they had like a little baby.
Oh,
It'll
no.
be on the news if you look up Baltimore 545. It'll be on the news. Little babies died. Like, yeah, I was out there. I got the photos. I got the cameras. You feel me? I
Yellow
DM
Jesus
it to
last
you.
week.
That ain't my phone. That's somebody else.
Last week you. Yo, Anthony, I can't end off.
Just unmute when you ready to
I'm
talk,
just gonna
Anthony.
be.
Yeah, that's
I
that was
muted
in the
him.
truck.
It's loud as hell.
Now,
I had muted myself.
D.
Yeah, but okay. If
Are you
y'all
still
was
there?
tuned in to the
Yeah,
first
what's
episode,
that?
we did the stock tip of the week. RASnFRESH, we gave y'all the stock tip of the week. The stock tip of the week last week was SHIB coin, SHIB USD. We called it last week right here. And if you got in on it, it's up 300% from when we called it last week. That's a fact.
Damn.
So if you put that's a fact. So if you put $100 in, you're up to $300 right now. You're up $400 because it's up 300%. I told you the pimp god is
You
good.
did.
I got another. Like I'm not gonna. And Raz, then I hit you in the DM. Told you to get some of that shit. Like, yeah, I told you grab you some of that
Yes, you
shit, but
did.
it's okay. It's coming back down and it's gonna go up. But I'm in shit so low that that should get up to a
Yes.
penny,
You said
baby.
SHIB,
We got $1 million.
SHIB.
So you see shit at a penny. That's why I don't be around. But the stock of the week, we're going to go with a company called CYBL. CYBL. And CYBL is a company that does solar energy. They just got a contract with the U.S. government to use their solar energy with whatever they're doing. I just know they got the contract. I've been in CYBL since it's been a penny, and right now it's 4 cents. So if you multiply that, that's 400%. So if you put $100 in it, or if you put $50 in it, you're up $250. If you put $100 in it, you're up $400. But that's the stock of the week, CYBL.
I'm gonna start
I'm
listening
looking
to
real
you because
spaceship.
obviously you know what you're talking about. We missed out on that one, Roz. Huh?
Every now and then I hear that. But Lady Fresh, I want to talk. Hold on, I want to talk about that press and curl you got right there. Because whoever laid and fried and dyed your hair, baby, you look like you was ready for the show today, baby. You did that.
I did
Your
that.
hair is on point, Lady
You want to
Fresh.
know who did it for me?
Oh, you killing it.
I
You
did
got
it
the
myself.
wet and wavy. You remind me of SWV and all the old school '90s R&B groups. You killing it.
Thank you. This is very normal for me, like a regular look, no color, but you know the color coming back. But thank you for that stock tip. I'm gonna pay attention this time I'm gonna pay attention this time because I missed out last time.
It's not too late. You can still get on the Shiba or Shib, whatever you want to call it. But Shib is still popping stock, is still rising. Temp God is so low right now. You get in it right now. I'm about $1 billion in. I mean, a billion, not $1 billion. I wish I was $1 billion. I'm about 1 billion shares in. So
Yellow Jesus,
that's how cheap the stock is. So.
Yellow Jesus, were you affected by the social media outage?
Say it one more time.
Were you affected by that 6-hour social media outage on Monday?
Yes.
Was I affected by the social media little stoppage?
Yeah, like it was down. Did you even know it was down? I guess he wasn't affected.
No, I was high.
Okay.
I was too high to know.
Can't even ask you
guess what? Guess what was not down? The stock market didn't stop. The stock market didn't stop, and the foreign exchange didn't stop. So I still made my pennies.
That's true. How about you, D? Are you still there?
Yeah, what up with you?
So there was a 6-hour outage for all of Mark Zuckerberg's platforms on Monday. Did that affect you
Facebook, man? That shit is trash.
See? That's what I'm saying. Well, it's not just Facebook. It was Instagram and
Instagram is, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, Facebook is fucking trash. It just goes to show people spend way too much time on this social media shit, man. I mean, 6 hours, niggas couldn't survive for 6 hours.
You had people losing it.
Like, come on, man. Like, this shit's whack, man.
Yeah.
Like, people gotta find something else better to do with their time than to worry about that type of shit.
Read a book.
Yeah, read a book, read a fucking book.
Do you remember what you was doing, D, before social media? Do you remember the things you did before social media?
Shit, hanging out, you know what I'm saying?
Kids don't go outside. That's why they fat.
Kicking it, you know what I mean? Like,
nigga, you don't even remember before social media, nigga. You ain't old enough. I remember in my youth when it was winter time, nigga, we used to build igloos. You ain't never built an igloo and got snowed in. Lady Fresh, shake your head one time, fool. Just shake the waves.
Nah, but these young kids, man, I feel sorry for them, man, because they just don't, understand what life was like before, this internet shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's like this, man. You can't even really live your motherfucking life anymore. Like, let's say you in a club or whatever and you dancing, you can't really dance or some shit, and then a motherfucker record you and your ass will be a meme the next day. You feel me? Like, you can't even enjoy life no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta worry about if this motherfucker gonna put me on Instagram or some shit, man. Fuck that shit.
True. I think that's a part of the issue with the bullying as well. Because back in the day, and I saw somebody put in there that bullying was worse back in the day, but I disagree because back in the day, like we got bullied, but you got to go home and at 3:00 and turn the bullying off unless you had problems in the neighborhood, you went outside. But you could turn the bullying off. You didn't have to worry about social media. But now you go home, you're being bullied just as much by cyberbullying. Like it's 10 times so much worse. And so like the kids don't get a freaking break. So I think bullying is much worse.
And don't get your ass beat on camera. Now they putting a video all over and over restreaming, and it's just horrible. It's just horrible.
You become content.
That's why. And hold on, Lady Fresh and Raz. Let me tell you, that's why you got to shoot the goddamn school up. That's why you got to shoot up the goddamn school.
Keep these niggas. Cam this nigga down.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. Did y'all hear me?
No. We're not even condoning that kind of talk right now.
At all. No.
Yellow Jesus trying to find out what Lady Fresh using in her hair so he can put it in his smelly beard. You know what, this what would we do without all your comments?
Yellow Jesus loves you.
It is funny.
You know.
But
So
I wanted to say, like, I
Yeah.
remember, like, I'm old school. I'm from when schools used to get shot up and it wasn't common, and like I understand it going on because it always went on, and we try to sweep it under the rug like it never happened before. We're surprised, but don't act like RASnFRESH. Y'all wasn't in school and y'all didn't know niggas that that was selling weed or selling whatever in the school and had a gun in their book bag and anything might go down. And this before we had police in the school.
I'm sorry, we didn't bring guns to school in my school.
Yeah, you from
Oh,
Harlem.
Well,
I'm
I ain't
from the
gonna lie.
West.
I know.
That didn't
I'm
happen.
from the West.
That was in the schools downtown. I went to school uptown. We were
Free
good.
my
I
nigga.
definitely went to school in
Like,
the city,
and
and
it's
I ain't
so
know what was
sad
going
that
on.
it's so sad, Raz, that we it's friends of mine that shot up other schools that I went to school with and they killed my friends. You
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? Like they killed
Oh wow!
like
Sorry to hear that.
this is facts. They like my friend Timothy got killed by Juan. You feel me? There, and I can talk about it because all these people did time for it or doing time for it. But these are like
Mhm.
everybody that got killed was like accidental shootings. Like they wasn't the target, but motherfuckers just went up there to shoot up the school. So I understand the concept. And when niggas is
Yeah,
young and ignorant and living by the wild, wild, well, it's not no rules. And nowadays the rules are it's less rules than it was then
Worse, yeah.
because at least people have respect. You feel me then? But
Oh, niggas ain't have
I
respect, man.
digress.
Niggas was shooting up shit like a motherfucker back in y'all
yeah,
day.
Talk that shit like, yeah, this shit ain't nothing new.
Yeah, niggas ain't have respect back then. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was wilding back in the 90s too. Well, you look like a 70s
I can
nigga.
talk about it because what's it called? Yeah, the time over there. Yeah, I was the driver. Yeah, you
yeah,
talk about the shot. Yeah, I drove them all till we shut up all the schools. Thank the pimp God that we didn't get locked up and none of the bullshit. The pimp God is good, but that shit been going on forever.
yeah.
It's definitely not something new. Um, Again, I think we're hearing more about it because everything is captured at the moment. Like
Oh, I'm sorry.
everybody's able to pull out devices and pull out phones and capture everything and send messages and everything is coming out. So it wasn't like that back when we was growing up. You had to wait till the news came on at 6 o'clock to find out
Yeah,
anything happened.
yeah,
So apparently he's out
exactly.
now on what
Yeah,
It
$75,000
looks like we
bond.
have.
And that ain't nothing.
So he came from a family well-to-do. So
Yeah, it was
it's not
No,
about
that don't mean that. That mean
75,000, I believe.
he might got a good liability. Like he might have
Mhm.
felt threatened. And because he was, where was he at? What state was he in? Fresh?
Texas.
Was he in Texas? That's why I'm
Texas.
saying. He might have had a good. He's 18 years old. That gun might have been registered to him, and he might have felt threatened for his life. Like you don't. That's why the bail might have been so low. We don't know
And
the
that makes it
details of everything.
different. That's the first step.
Mhm.
Cause
Yeah,
I ain't never heard of a nigga
first at the
shooting up
screen.
no school and getting no 75,000.
Getting out period.
no, that don't work.
Well, the smart thing was to have a lawyer before he went there too. So
That was
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that was very
yeah.
and
smart.
I think that lets you know that it was something else. Yeah, it lets you know that maybe it just wasn't everything that it was. And it definitely, they're out here on the media calling him a
A
school
mass
shooter, a mass shooter. Like it's
like,
the victim,
do you know
and
the definition
Right.
he's not the
of a mass?
suspect, and he's the
He's
victim.
not.
Then- Exactly.
Raising
Here's the
fresh. Y'all are
Yeah.
100% right. He shot who he wanted. He
Yeah.
shot who he was targeting. He wasn't shooting
yeah,
up the school. He shot who was, you
Mhm.
feel, who he meant to shoot. That's why he got off like that. And like the only reason it's like that because they put it on the news and got it mass censored. If they didn't put it on the news, you feel if it was a white person in the same situation, we hear about it.
but we wouldn't hear about it.
You wouldn't hear so much detail.
Exactly.
They're gonna do anything near us. They're gonna exploit it to the fullest.
Facts.
Yeah.
Roz, is there somebody else coming up? Is
That's
somebody else coming up? Roz?
I think we have D up here, don't we? I thought I added him. Is he there?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
D, nobody else?
Our fellas show us love every week, Roz. Our fellas come through. They cam up for us. They talk with us. But we ain't got none of our female supporters come up here for us just yet. What's that about? Where y'all at?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all wasn't fine. I wouldn't be
They
up here for real.
Oh
no. Yes.
What you are you digging in a chip bag? So bad.
No.
What you say?
It sounded like he was digging in a chip bag.
Oh my gosh. Well, we thought you came up. He said if we didn't listen. Yeah. Lady Fresh, did you want to talk about the oil spill that happened on what, yesterday or today, I believe?
Yeah, it was the same day as the shooting off the coast of California.
I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Oh, what was it was an oil spill now?
Can you hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an oil spill off the coast of California.
What company spilled all the oil? What law, so we can put option on it?
Oh my God. Yeah. It was, oh my God, what was the name of that company? I think it was let me look it up. But anyway, it was over 146,000 gallons of oil that was released into the Pacific Ocean, and it's reached all the way down to Mexico. So of course it's killed so many fish and other animals. And it was only like a 13-inch split in like a 4,000 foot pipe. It's ridiculous. That all of that oil spilled. They basically emptied the entire rig.
Jesus.
That probably was sabotage.
They didn't know how much oil was in the water, but they realized that they were completely empty. So that's how they came up with the number 100.
It's too late then.
Right. So it was happening for like 18 hours. It was 18 hours because it took like overnight for them to actually find the source of the leak.
Wow.
So there's already a lawsuit pending. Already. 24 hours. It's already a lawsuit pending.
Think it ain't?
They money talk.
They had to cancel.
You gotta let me know what the company is so we can bet against it. Put some put options on it.
They had like a air show. It was the third day of the air show scheduled for today, but of course they had to cancel it. They were expecting over 1 million people to be watching on Huntington Beach. So they had to cancel the air show because of the contamination. They don't want people, because it's coming up onto the shore. The oil's coming up onto the shore.
Well, I'm gonna wish everyone a good night. I got to get back to work. Y'all have a blessed night. Beautiful show.
Thank you for making that money.
All right, y'all have a good one. All right, let me get rid of the noise.
Good night.
It's the Amplify Energy Corporation. And I know they have like over 20 rigs. So,
okay.
This is yet again bringing up the topic of whether or not they should be doing crude oil drilling in these locations. Like, it's obvious that these kind of things, when you have over 20 rigs, it's obvious that something like this can possibly happen. So what do we do about that? How do we
you gotta put some Dawn in the water. You know when they put Dawn on the puppies and get the bugs.
No, while you bullshitting, that's exactly
get the oil off.
That is how
you gotta drop. You gotta drop a quarter, 500,000 gallon of Dawn right where the ducks at and get them safe.
Dang, if I was smart, I would have thought about that and bought some stock in Dawn yesterday, because that is what they use to clean a lot of these animals after these oil spills. The ones that
exactly.
Yeah. Because I know when that happened with BP, stock on the roof. But yeah, so they're seeing a lot of oil and tar balls washing up on the shores, on the beaches. There's animals and fish washing up on the beaches. Mexico had like a satellite that showed like all this oil basically that had traveled down their coast as well. So it's been a really big problem as far as the cleanup, because it's so large that they're falling behind with the cleanup. They're having a hard time trying to reel everything in.
And then on top of that, there's a lot of species that are just getting found that are washing up on the shore that are just getting found that they're not reporting at the same time as well.
All right.
What did I miss? What were you just saying? I'm sorry, I had to refresh for a quick second.
No, I told him that what company it was that spilled the oil, and I was telling them that, they were saying that so much of the oil is washing up on the shores, even as far as like down into Mexico, that the satellites were showing how much oil is actually in the water, and they're having a hard time like trying to keep it where they can actually collect it and control it. And there's so many animals washing up on the shore. It's just it's a really bad situation. There's already lawsuits coming up, and it ain't barely 24 hours.
Yeah, and that's a whole lot of money to get too. Like, cool, Lord.
So this company is in a lot of trouble.
It definitely happens out here, because ports here in Houston where you see that a lot, and I'm sure the cleanup is horrible. The fish, the jobs that people do, like the people who out there like doing saltwater fishing out here, shit like that. Granted, at this age,
right. It's those businesses are gonna suffer.
Yes, definitely. And that leads us into the whole food shortage thing that was going on now. You see in a bunch of states there saying, well, you see in a bunch of stores now. I saw Walmart. I don't know if people actually have Piggly Wigglies. I don't have them here. I've never seen it, but I read that Walmarts and Piggly Wigglies and all of that stuff now are having a quote unquote shortage in food. Not necessarily that they are not growing the food itself, but the packaging is not there. The plastic, the resources, and the material that we have is causing that.
Lady, can I ask you a question? When you go to the market, is it a shortage on plastic bags in your town?
Yes, they're saying yes. It's a shortage on plastic bags.
Texas stopped using plastic.
Yes, like if I go to the liquor store, they're charging me 25 cents for it. Like you can't get plastic bags at no market right now.
Yeah, and right now they have a shortage on those things: plastic bottles, plastic bags. Worldwide now, they're having a shortage on these type of materials. It's horrible. I'm not paying 25 cents for a bag at the liquor store. I'm gonna tuck it. I'm gonna come in with my bag, but I'm not paying for a bag. I don't go to Aldi because I don't got a quarter for a brown bag. I don't got a quarter for
Put it in the boxes. Guys, though, this food shortage, and I don't have all the data, so I don't want to misspeak. But I'm going to tell you the little bit that I know is that this food shortage is so much. I believe that it's really bigger than what people think, and I think it's really going to hit. Like, I don't think we're really experiencing it just yet. You know, we're seeing a shortage on the shelves. You know, there's a whole supply chain that's responsible for getting the food to the US.
Exactly.
And the supply chain has been disrupted since before COVID. And then with COVID, it backed it up even more. And then it tried to catch up, but it's basically like never going to catch up. And if there's a kink in one part of it, then it affects every other part. So you have, for instance, you know, in the Suez Canal, they basically stopped allowing the containers to come through. So the containers are sitting there with all the food in it, right?
That's what's fresh. You gotta shrink your stomach. You gotta shrink you have to shrink your stomach. You gotta get used to eating less because there's gonna be less shit accessible. I'm talking about just period in general. You feel me? Like exactly what you said. Like we're about to get to a food shortage in the world.
Yes.
And like you're gonna have to learn how to live off of less or even half of what you're used to doing.
What you have to learn how to live off is living off
the land.
The land.
Yes, it's on your own
So
food.
And then you don't have nothing to worry about. Exactly.
I know I'm getting old because all of this stuff really resonates with me now. Like if I was like 30, I'd be like, oh, we be all right. But now I'm like, okay, we need to like they're really suggesting that people start finding sources for water. They're recommending that you start stocking up on like different types of seeds, you know, start collecting and storing food. Like yes, like you need to actually start learning how to make your own food, your own vegetables and potatoes, like stuff like that. Because if the supply chain continues at the rate that it's going without being able to make these deliveries, you know, like there's steps. So the cargo containers aren't coming, or the shipping cost is really, really high. The canal closing costs, yes. And then you have truck drivers, right? They're all retiring. You know, there's a shortage in workers. What ends up happening is you have all these people getting like what is the unemployment, right?
Oh yeah, which is stopping them.
Getting unemployment last year, and they stayed home because they got more money from unemployment than they did from their job.
Exactly.
A lot of truckers fall into that category, so they're not going back to work. And so you got a shortage in the truckers. You don't have anybody to transport the containers once they get to the States. So it's just like everything is kind of like collapsing on one another, and it's causing these shelves to be empty. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I was like, well, damn.
Yeah. And another thing is, in America, do we grow our own food, or do we do a lot of import and export? And are we getting food from other places?
Oh, so it's absolutely a lot of import and export.
So when those borders and things like that close, when we're not trading, when we're going through the debt ceiling right now, when we can't pay off our debt and we can't get those things to come over here, all these things start to happen at times like this. So I mean, we're telling people to, you know, stack up in a refrigerator and shit, but they like, we hear that all the time. Like, what makes that any different now than what we heard last year?
Nah, you got to go past stacking up the refrigerator, honey. Like the refrigerator,
when the electricity go out, what you gonna do with all the stuff in the refrigerator?
You know, I have somebody who, you know, I listen to a lot of rooms on Clubhouse, like I told you, and you know, somebody brought up a very good point. Yeah, that you know, Bill Gates has been in the media a lot lately, but he owns like 90% of farmland in the United States. Now, what does that say to you? When billionaires are buying up all the farmland, that is
preparing themselves.
Frightening. That's frightening. That's frightening.
Yeah.
90%.
90%.
All that means is that we need to go grab some farmland.
We absolutely do, but it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah. How? What are the tools? But farming was big at one point. They took all that away.
They did, but there's ways around it. Like it's we need to know about it. You know what I mean? Like the SBA actually has a lot of funding for minority farmers specifically.
Yeah.
For that. We just need to know how to get it. We need to know how to tap into it. But don't worry, we got somebody coming and that's going to talk to us about that.
Exactly, definitely.
Okay. We all about to start owning some land, and there's ways to do it where you're not fronting a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? It's just finding the property, getting the funding from the SBA, and paying on your loans. It can be.
Yeah, because land is definitely not expensive.
And there's a lot of
right now
programs that help you get the land, just like you said.
Yeah,
There's a lot of grants, a lot of loans that you can get it for a fraction of the price.
Yeah, well, you know, they always said that even home ownership is the way to go. You want to own something.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I always had a thing about owning a house because it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? You gotta, if that boiler break, you gotta replace it right then. If it break and you renting, they gotta replace that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
They got me wanting to get some damn overalls and some boots and start digging up the ground and start planting some tomatoes and shit for real.
Well, I definitely think that living off the land should be something. Bringing agriculture science back in schools and maintaining it is something that should happen. Because once again, if social media, if technology fails, if all those things fail, then we have to revert back to a different lifestyle that half of this generation is not used to. The strong survive. You either gonna die or you gonna get with that program. So, you know, or all this organic shit that they pushing and all this fresh food. Don't even worry about the organic shit. Learn how to just grow your own food. Like there's going to be a time where you have to be able to have a stockhold and be able to go.
That shit is coming. I feel like I really think it is coming sooner than later. You know what I mean? Like it's important, and then I think it's important to, like you said, to teach that. Like we need to be teaching. I feel like it should be more pushed towards trade schools. You know what I mean? Like college is great. I did the college thing for a bit, but you know, it's not for everybody.
It's not
to commit 4 years and still not know what you want to do, be in a whole bunch of debt when you can go study something very specific on a specific skill and get a job. You know what I mean? It just makes sense to me. And so I feel like farming definitely should be one of those trades that get taught. I would definitely go learn some farming somewhere.
Yeah. D, do you do any farming? Do you know anything about farming?
I'm excited too.
Nah, man, I don't know nothing about no farming, man. Shit, but you know, you guys are right, man. You know those skills and those trades, man, that are missing in today's society. We definitely gonna have to learn those in the coming years because shit's running out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, motherfuckers gonna have to learn how to grow their own food, make their own clothes, their own shoes, because everything's gonna run out eventually. You know.
Yeah, because we rely on other people. We rely on other countries for everything.
That's right. I see in the chat here we have Pretty Eyes T. She says, don't know conflict resolution or deal with emotions. Pretty Eyes T, thank you for joining the chat. Seven still says, I've grown vegetable garden. Hey, Seven. Ain't seen you in a while, but hey. What did they say, Jay Savage? I got some land in Alabama. Nissans keep trying to lowball me for it. Come on now.
I believe you.
Wow. Also, it's suspicious that when people in California got their land back, then that happened. That's a message in the chat from Rich Mo also. What you over there blowing on, Yellow Jesus, if you don't mind me asking? Looks kind of tasty.
The T word. That's a wonderful word. I don't even remember. It's a mixture. I think I'm in Maryland. I'm medical, so I go to the dispensary. So I believe this is gummies mixed with Something called law schools.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm hiring a blunt roller. If anybody wants to apply to be my blunt roller, if you're in Baltimore, go to pimpgodisgood.com. I'm hiring blunt rollers,
Blunt rollers.
females. Yes, only
How
female blunt rollers.
much? How much does that
And
pay
you,
an hour?
Don't
I'm not.
entertain him.
I pay a marijuana.
Uh-uh.
I pay daily, and I pay a marijuana.
Are you
Oh
farming
yeah, that
that?
sounds
Are
pretty
you
good.
farm?
Some
I
blunt
hope you're
rollers.
farming that. I hope you're farming your own marijuana.
Didn't we just talk about
Are
having to
you
grow our own crops and
are
all
you
that?
grow
Like,
are
yeah,
you are you
the
growing
church
your own
yelling
crop?
Jesus is fast, and the church yelling Jesus is
Pimp
fast.
God is good.
You
God is good. We out here. We working on our land. We're working on, you feel me, bettering ourselves and building ourselves. But at the same time, just my license isn't all the way approved. But if you're a good blunt roller, baby, you go to
I'm not
pimpgodisgood.com.
fooling with you.
Y'all just try to hire you here. I'm right here. I'm tired of rolling up blunts.
I got a nice stash.
What about you, Fresh? You smoke?
Nah, I had my time. I'm kind of done with that.
First of all, you see Lady Fresh,
But
her hair is too
do
laid
you
and
see this
fried
now?
and dyed to the side.
Well, this is
It's for you
actually
to put
water.
her. It's a married woman.
I'm gonna recognize some cash apps right now. Just want to say thank you to Fresh Breezy, to my sister Miss Rose, and of course
Thank you
BDB.
for
Thank you
the
so much for I don't like listen. I don't really like reading cash apps. I'm gonna be honest because I mean we got two different cash apps. And we really shouldn't really be sitting up here reading each cash app. We should just say thank
Yeah,
you to everybody who is sending us cash apps. Okay, so thank you everybody for sending us
yeah.
cash apps. We appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you.
Seriously.
So
But
only
we
if you want us to say it,
do a
then we would
question.
definitely do that.
If they have a question for
What do
Raz
you
and
say,
Fresh,
Rose?
we gotta answer. Like I got a question for the lady.
Why am I
Sure.
afraid?
I got a
Me too.
question. This
What?
is late night with Raz and Fresh. What time is it? It's 12 o'clock. Jesus, oh man.
Look,
Okay.
I gotta prepare.
Yeah, it's going to get ignorant.
No, it ain't, because my husband listening. So I'm not
Oh
worried.
God. There's somebody out there love me somewhere. They listening.
What's your
Well, go ahead. Hold on. Read some more cash apps and then I'm going to think of something.
okay? Did you say you had a question too, Roz? Did you say
No,
you
I
had?
said I was nervous about the question.
Oh, I thought you said I thought you were saying you had a question too. I'm like, what? How much I got to drink?
Oh no, oh, God.
I do have, did any of you all see Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, The Closer?
Nah, I missed it. I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance.
Man, that nigga Dave Chappelle fell off,
Oh,
man.
No,
and
no,
D,
no.
D, 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 D.
Nigga fell
I
off,
ain't even
Why
man.
see
did
His
it.
last couple specials wasn't hitting on nothing.
I don't know. I know that one. That
Nah, shit
one.
wasn't, man.
That
Shit
Detail.
one that I
wasn't.
know was good. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was, man, it was
I'm gonna
alright.
watch it though.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it's good because I think everything he does is just
You ain't even
perfection
seen
and
it.
great. And
Yo, he be
but I
towing.
love me some Dave Chappelle. You up here
He be
hating?
towing the line like a no. He obliterates the line, yo, and he
Yes.
gets away with it. I love it.
Nah, but real
Yeah, I
talk,
think that he's
man.
very strategic in putting his message out
He
there
knows
and
exactly.
and making sure the masses hears it. Yeah. Did you see it, Yellow Jesus? Did you like it?
Yeah, it's I think it's
Oh my
phenomenal. I want y'all to watch it and check it out.
I want you to go to bed.
Is it
For
on
me?
Netflix?
Yeah, you sound like you
Yeah,
just go to sleep.
Oh, I'm watching
yeah.
that tonight.
When you mix the mixtures with the qualities and the medicine, the mixtures with the medicine, M&M, and then the words get slurred. But yeah, check that out tonight. You're gonna love it, especially as a woman. Like he said some shit that yeah, and like you know how Dave Chappelle do. He say shit that be on people's mind, but
They don't
it's
say
not really culture to say
that is
exactly.
so true. That is so true. And he gets away with it.
Yeah.
He gets away with it.
I love it. I love it about him.
He was like, I'm married. My
Yeah,
wife is. He be dogging Asians.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he's a mess.
That's hilarious.
So, Roz,
definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
I'm gonna watch it too. I probably won't watch it tonight, but I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I got a working weekend. I definitely got to make up for the fact that I had them 2 random days off during the weekend because I got to work Saturday and Sunday.
I'm gonna be lounging on Saturday, prayerfully.
So get your work, ladies. I'm about to walk in this house and put it together. Y'all just loves y'all.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you so much for blessing our show. Thank you for coming to our show, Yellow Juice. We always appreciate you.
We always appreciate you.
Have a good night. D, you still here?
Yeah, what's happening?
He sound like you ready to go to sleep too. So,
yeah, man. But you know, Dave Chappelle, I mean, he cool. But you know, I really wasn't feeling his last couple specials, and you know, this one I heard something about it, like he was really going at cancel culture. He's been going at cancel culture for a minute, so obviously he's in his feelings about this shit. So, you know, I don't know, man. I think you know, Dave Chappelle, he fell off a little bit. It happens to the best of them, you know.
Fresh said they're trying to take it off of Netflix.
But what? How did he fall off?
That's my question. He fell off because he's just not funny. Funny
I got to see this before it goes off.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I know the last one I saw, it wasn't my favorite, but he had. I want to say it was the one before that. That shit was funny. It was funny.
Mm-hmm. See, I love words, and for me, it's like the gift that he has, like how he puts the work, how he says this message that everybody thinks of, that everybody wants to say, but he puts it out there so elegantly. And you hear it, like just you have to hear it. He does a beautiful art. He's a great orator. Like I love to hear him speak, and I think that he's not out there talking about BS. So people like D, who mind can't reach other, you know, levels and shit. You would think that
don't disrespect me like that, man.
No disrespect, Dave. On his
I got a 140 IQ. Fuck you talking about?
Is that right?
But look, check this out. Check this out, man. You know, I like you know, comedians like Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of in that same realm of where he like talks about like real shit, but says it in a funny way. But I feel like he does it better.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
interesting. He has a lot of great specials that I like. You know, I haven't watched that.
But he hasn't done anything recently, has he?
Nah, he hasn't. But shit, he's done so much. He ain't gotta do nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
But where is he?
Washed up.
What?
I'm not gonna say washed up, but he hasn't done anything recently.
He's not washed up.
Didn't he just have COVID? He just had COVID recently.
Yeah, he did.
I'm glad he got over it. Yeah.
But he's still around. People are seeing him, right? Because
he just did the movie. He did the Saw movie too, right?
He did what?
Like Saw 5 or something. He was in Saw 5. It's called something else, but he was in that movie as well recently. Y'all ain't seen it?
Okay, Saw is up to like 7.
Okay, well, Saw 8. Whichever Saw is on.
I've seen all of them. I ain't never seen his black ass in there.
Yeah, he
But
did
it's
this
a new one. No, I
one.
know it's a new one. It's a new one. So I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Okay, so you might have some. All right, you might be going somewhere.
Chris
D.
Rock
He
did a show
do got
last
a movie out.
week. He did a show last week, Fresh. Where? Like a live show? Like sell tickets kind of show or Netflix special show? Because I didn't hear he had COVID last week, as far as I know. It was recent. Him and Chappelle did the same bill. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
D probably
Okay.
would like that half of that, huh? You don't know.
Man, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like Chappelle. You know, I think he has some very
Damn, him
great.
and Chappelle.
Yeah.
That's ooh. I got to see that.
Yeah, don't get me
Dang.
wrong. Don't get me wrong, Fresh. I like him and I
They
like
did a pop-up
both
in New
of them.
York.
I like both of them, but you know, I just think Chappelle is you know, he's falling off. You know, it happens to the best of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through a season, you know what I mean? And some people are fortunate enough to fall off and make a comeback. Dave Chappelle did it.
Yeah, I saw that years ago. That well, not years ago, like probably like last year, year before that. Eddie Murphy's supposed to make a comeback to comedy. I don't know how that's going to work because what the fuck is he going to talk about?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Really quick before, because you know we done moved all the way into a different topic, which is fine. Roz, did you have any, like any closing remarks as far as the topics that we covered?
Of course, I definitely want to play for those lives and injuries that were at that school, Timberview High School in Arlington, Texas. And like we said, they did call him a mass shooter, but we're not calling him that. We don't know if he was a perpetrator or a victim, but we will wait for that to come out. So our prayers are to him, the family, and the victims of all of that, and the kids who suffer from that. In regards to the Facebook thing, you know, I'm not a whole like, you know, I'm gonna post some pictures, but I didn't miss too much on it. But like I say, we'll never know what's going on behind the scenes, and if you don't know about that algorithm type stuff, like we just don't want to get caught in it. Always protect yourself. There's a whole cyber type of protection thing that we should be going through, and we should look into that, invest in that, and do what you can to protect yourself. But in regards to that, no, I don't have nothing else to say. Not at all. I want to say thank some of these people for coming to the chat. I'll get to that in a second. Also, you guys, this Saturday is we'll talk about that after we get this one. Get D. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, and you know, I appreciate y'all letting me on. You know, it was good conversation, and looking forward to more lives. And you don't have big mama arms. I was just joking, man.
Thank you, D. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, shout out to you and Fresh, man. Hope y'all.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your support.
Thank you. Bye, D.
I don't think I know him.
Yes, D is a really good friend of mine on YouTube. He started off in Shades, and then he's in Kevin and Sales and stuff. But he's on the low from Kentucky, real relaxed all the time. Good guy. We go at it a lot. But yeah. Good things. What did you have? Did you have any closing remarks about the stuff today?
Girl, you know I got some closing remarks. So
I'm gonna light up while you say it.
You say you gonna what?
I'm gonna light up while you talk.
Okay. Come back.
No, I'm gonna stay right here, dude.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
You mess around, turn on that damn avatar, and then be like, I'll be back. Y'all, she be leaving me. I be all sad. But
no, I'm sorry. You know the big be tripping sometimes.
I get it. I get it. But no, you know, I thought it was important for us to do this episode, even though we had something else slated for our next episode. We felt like it was important to kind of recap some of the things that was going on this week. As far as the social media shutdown, I think you know, it definitely is something that we can live through. A lot of people probably needed that break. You know what I mean, for social media. I I do think that businesses that were affected, that's very unfortunate. Hopefully they've started to tap into other resources in terms of making sure that their businesses stay afloat and their businesses keep thriving and moving when things like this happen. So hopefully it was a learning experience for those e-commerce type of businesses. But a break from social media doesn't hurt anybody at this point. Just, be prepared for it to happen again, because it's probably going to happen again. As far as the shooting, my heart goes out to the families that are affected, to students. They couldn't even go back to school today. They're going to live with that trauma of that experience for the rest of their lives. And I really feel for them in this. I feel for the parents of the children that were injured. I feel for the family of the teacher. I'm hoping that, the teacher and her baby is okay, and my heart goes out to that young man, because for him to feel like he was at an end of a road like that, I think it really speaks volumes, that we need to do better with our children. We need to do better with communicating with them, and we need to do better as teachers and educators, and really get back to the community of raising kids and, checking their psyche and making sure that they're okay, because there's obviously a problem there, that he resorted to such an extreme measure. But it doesn't excuse what he's done. So he's going to have to deal with that. As far as the oil spill, there's not too much I can say about that. I think it's going to raise a lot of questions and concerns amongst especially people in California about, what to do about this offshore drilling, trying to get this crude oil with all these rigs. It's killing the animals. That's not okay. It's going to affect all those businesses that are in that area. And this is going to go on for a long time. So there's no easy fix to that. Yeah, there's no easy fix to that. You know what I mean? That pollutes the water even long after it's removed. So, I think we can expect to start seeing some blowback from that as far as drilling is concerned. And with the food shortage, I plan to do a lot more research about that. I do believe that is something that is coming, and I don't think it's a bad idea for us to start being prepared. It's just kind of one of those things that everything is connected. There's a whole chain, and if you got a kink in the chain, then other things start to collapse. It's kind of like a domino. So we're super backed up in certain things. You guys are probably starting to see the shelves are empty from time to time, and it takes a little longer for them to get restocked. So take all that stuff into consideration, considering learning how to do some, gardening, planting, fresh vegetables, invest in a deep freezer, start freezing stuff, stocking your cabinets. You don't have to go crazy, but I do think you should be prepared, because with everything that's going on with the jab and just spikes in numbers, we need to be prepared. So that's my insight on the topics that we talked about. And I don't think Dave Chappelle is whack. I still like him. I'm gonna watch
I don't think he's whack either. Not at all.
I'm gonna watch it though.
I have to say
Yellow Jesus, I can't with him.
I have to say to my best friend who is in the chat tonight, thank you so much for joining. I know you are working hard, so thank you for joining the show tonight and listening to us. I appreciate you so much. Love you so much, Jennifer Hines. Yes.
Thank you,
my friend. Yeah, she is from the same place Larry Beach is at from Grand Rapids, but now she's here in Houston. So yeah, that's my rider.
Let's see what the chat's talking about. I can't with him. I should do a hair segment. I do know, because y'all know I love hair, and I like changing.
That's your thing, though.
That is my thing. So y'all know, y'all probably. No, I ain't gonna say that, because then y'all gonna expect it all the time. But I like to change my hair up often. Shout out to my husband, because he put up with all that shit. But like Megan said, you change your hair up every week, make them think you're cheating. Got a different chick every week. But I like to change,
Thank you.
up my hair. You're gonna see some color again soon.
I'm waiting for it. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be the bomb.
But see, so this look
Jen, thank you.
this was all me this time. Yes, Jen. I'm so glad you were here tonight.
Yes, thank you so
All our
much, Jen.
moderators, thank you so much. BDB, Fresh Brown, Willie Podcast.
Right.
Thank you so much. You show up every time we need you guys, even if it's last minute.
Yes. Buddy Lee, thank you so much
He's
for coming.
really been rocking with us, Roz, like every show.
It means a lot. It means a lot. Like, wow, thank you so much. But Buddy, you know that seat is
going to say the same thing.
Empty. I hope you got your little jams on because that seat gonna be empty. You can sit right between me and Fresh when we cheering for BDB. What?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, home team. BDB.
Home team.
Forever. And Sweet Tea gonna take the cake. We ain't even got no worries over sitting back. We definitely have that first one. You got that first one, but
you guys subscribe to Sweet Tea. She has a show called Karaoke and Food with Sweet Tea. It's on YouTube. Definitely go there and subscribe. You're going to hear her beautiful voice this weekend as she takes the crown. And then you guys can go to her channel and hear her beautiful voice as she cooks up lovely meals. Once again, the name of that show is Karaoke and Food with Sweet Tea. Yes. You see the meals she be bringing?
Man, can we come over, man? We want to come eat because she
trying to give it up.
Wait, you see them damn turkey wings she made though? I make turkey wings, and them joints made me I was like, oh,
I wait for the rodeo to get a turkey leg. Like, damn, gee. I understand.
I told man, did you watch that episode? Because like it was so funny because he was like eating the food and he was being all nice and he's just taking little bites and he's just like, I was like. Second that camera went off, he went savage mode. I already know, trying to be all nice for the camera, proper and stuff. I know better than that. He tore that food up. So why? When we gonna do this fetish and what was the topic? Fetishes,
and
pet peeves.
And pet peeves. I think we should do it. You know, in one by this week before the week is out or something, right? Something like that.
Maybe we can do it Sunday.
I think the Broncos play on Sunday. Fresh.
I don't support football, so.
But I'm
fine. Just let me know when. I don't watch football, but
now we definitely gonna be here before the end of the week for our wonderful people in the chat. Elaine Falls, thank you for joining. Thank you. We see more female names, so I'm getting real happy when I see some females in there.
I am happy to see some female names, but I need some females to cam up. I even gotta turn your camera on. We can avatar, but we need to get some ladies' perspective.
Yes.
So Roz, they thought this was a lady show.
Of course.
It's all about female topics, and I'm not gonna say who said it was a chick show.
Yeah. He knows now it's not. Yeah, they do play the Steelers. Pretty eyes. Thank you for telling me. The Seahawks. Who talking about the Seahawks? Yeah, I love football, so we're gonna try to get that in too.
Girl, do your thing.
But once again, thank you guys so much.
It's coming back, baby. So that's all that matters to me.
Oh, y'all, that's my auntie. Hey, auntie. Hey, Dee.
Aw.
Yeah,
I love to see that our family is supporting us.
Yeah. So y'all keep on coming and supporting us. We are here for the men and the lady. Like we say, it's all a journey. So we're here to level up together, get everybody the tools that they need, and go on that journey together. So continue to level up with RASnFRESH. Continue to join us every week. We're going to try to come with more content. Hit us up at our email, that email is talktous@RASnFRESH.com. If you have any comments, if you guys have any topics that you want to see, people that might want to get on the show, definitely reach out to us. And we're all about music too, so we want to play new music and new artists. So send them our way, please.
Yes, please. We're interested in promoting as many, we want to do Black owned businesses, all types of businesses. If you have a business that you want to promote on the show, definitely let us know. Hit the email, topics for show. We need your topics. We need to hear what your fetishes are. We need to hear what your triggers are and what your pet peeves are. Because we can't make a whole show out of what I do. So we need y'all to start.
Yeah,
I already told y'all one of mine. Them damn people who be flying early in the morning and got the daggone light on. Please turn that light on, sir.
When I'm in the dropping my kid off. You're right. When I'm dropping my kid off in the school line and the lady in front of me, she's screaming, "Y'all need to move. I got somewhere to go." It's a single line, just all cars going to the same door. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna go? But see, I be trying to catch myself because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to be in that frame of mind. But where we gonna go? That's my pet peeve.
That's why I go when it's like 1 minute to the bell, because there's gonna be nobody out there. It'd be 1 minute. I'm like, run!
Get your butt in there. You better not be late.
That's right. We got there at 8:19 today, and it was nobody out front. I was like, I need to do this more often. I'm not sitting in that line. Just like my husband tells me I'm terrible because I don't drive to pick her up every day. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we'll walk or whatever. Somebody will walk to get her. But when I drive, you know how there's the line for everybody to pick up their kid. That should be like a block down the street.
Yeah.
And she's not a car rider. You got to be like registered to be a car rider. She's a walker.
Yeah.
So they let her out the door. When I drive, man, I'll pull right into the faculty parking lot and get out my car like the other 30 other parents that do it. Big ass signs say, no drop off or pickup.
That be me. I be that parent. What? You know this ain't where you supposed to be.
Really? You that person?
That's me. I'm sorry. That's me.
And I'll be like, mind your damn business. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm like, you right, ma'am. I won't do it again. My husband follows the rules. He follows the rules.
Yeah, I can see him following the rules. He is a wonderful guy. That's my bro, though.
He follows the rules now.
Well, you know, there comes a point in life where we have to start following the rules.
Well, I always followed the rules, so now I'm like, fuck it, shit. I put my work in. I deserve to pull up to the front of the damn school and hop out the car. Nah, but I better stop that. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Yo, this has been a wonderful show, Fresh. I was waiting to see you. Normally we talk throughout the week. Hadn't had that chance, but
man, we be having grown-up situations going on.
Yeah, I'm talking about grown up.
And you in school and at work, girl. Again, kudos to you for doing what you do. I'm super proud of you.
Yeah, I tried
to put the show together and contribute so much. So I am very, very happy, and I couldn't ask for a better partner in this journey. So thank you so much for all you do.
I feel the same. The best host on YouTube, my girl Fresh.
I'm learning. I'm new at this. I got a long way to go.
Thank you guys. Action Jackson, I see you in the chat. Hey.
Hi guys.
Hi. Don Philly, see you in the chat. Thank you for coming. Fresh Brown, always, bro. Salute to you. Pretty Eyes T, thank you for being here. Yo, we appreciate you. Thank you for directing me to them football stations too, because I'm up in there repping my Broncos like crazy. Yeah, everybody in the chat, all the cash apps, we appreciate you guys. Follow us on RASnFRESH. I am on IG at RASGirl37, and Fresh is on IG at
I_am_Lady_Fresh. I need to
Yeah.
change it. It's too damn long.
You good.
I be forgetting.
No, but thank you. Salute to you behind the bar. Thank you for all your encouragement, all your tutorials. It's always needed. We appreciate you.
Man.
Everybody that blessed the panel, thank you. And everybody who rocked with us in the chat tonight, we love you. Our resident Charles J. Savage. We love you. Thank you for still coming. Rich Moore, thank you. We will see
Kid
you
Murray,
guys.
thank you.
Kid, I forgot. I'm so sorry. Kid, thank you. We will see you guys in a couple of days, right?
I watch football on Sunday, so I don't know. Maybe
I'm gonna get it in.
Monday's a holiday and my case canceled, so I can do Monday.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on the road, so y'all not gonna see all this beautiful background.
Yeah, we got it. And y'all make sure y'all get ready for this beat down versus 2. BDB taking it home. And Sweet Tea and Lady Live vocals.
I hope y'all ready.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Heard all time shit. You know what I'm saying? Say it to the motherfucking top. See? Don't nobody tell you stop. Whatever the fuck you do what you do. Be you. Yeah. Top. I see you. I know. There's some like my niggas working. I see you. I see it. Keep on grinding, make them money. Cause I do. I work all I know. I get up my move. Yeah. Mama living in the she laughing with you. You can be the same lady if you put effort in. That's for all my niggas working. I see you. That's for all my niggas working. I see you. I shine cause I put in the work. On the road to get the money, 12 behind me, so she put it in a skirt. I've been grinding for the longest. Bitch, first don't like I'm the strongest. Some ways to get money, I'm on it. I work so hard that I gave me a bonus. What would you do for the money? What would you do with your money? Count me attention on Monday. Flip me 3 packs and drive back to the country. I've been really on the road to riches. Counting paper, stacking, flipping ditches. So crazy like I was on 4th and it's a 30 stuff down in my my trap and my pride. All of the niggas in here. Girls out banging, they gagging and shooting and selling them pies. Bouncing on cars like a child. Section their papers with food since the way. Hated that shit. Working 2 jobs to pay rent. Looking at scammers get rich. Thinking about trapping the shit. Banging my head to the wall. Biggest when she won the car. I hit them jaws. Screaming for Lord. Devil in me when the fuck up is far. Top. First give me more, kisses when I'm on a tour. She know my rubbers is good. Fuck that my dick is the cleanest. No homo, I'm rhyming the meanest. My time on my scheming competing. Studio flow with no limit. Back at the rhymes of a feeling. Sound like the movie the way I be spitting. Sound like the first is the way she be dripping. Told me so good when she said when I'm hitting. Remember them days that I'm cousin. Jones in the hood we be chopping and rolling them projects. My mama don't care about the drama. Top. What? See? I see you. This one what my niggas working. I see you. Keep on grinding, make that money. Cause I do. I work all I know. I get up my move. Mama living in the ocean. Nothing woo. You can be the same lady if you put it in. I see it. This for all my niggas working. I see you. Talk about 2 or 3 pieces. You just can't get me. They gon' let me like I need to get in. I take my time on my grind. I'm a win.
It was Patty Garage. I put a ring on Rad's finger, it was Saturn's sign. If you hating on the queens, I swear that was lying. All they gave me was game, I learned to capitalize. I had to strategize, the end of rainbows ain't no crime. The truth, you see it in their eyes, you side chicken wings and fries. I pulled up to RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the time. RASnFRESH get you game, and they really wise. And you can see their soul in their pretty eyes. I pulled up to RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the cubs. RASnFRESH give you game, and they really wise. And you can see they soul in they pretty eyes. I pulled up the RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the cubs. Talking Simba Nala, the mama of T'Challa. Wakanda, Aphrodite knowledge, and how to grow your pockets. Gotta promote your products, get the cash app. Keep it peaceful, positive, but we gon' pass that. Knowledge, we pass that. On the road to riches, man. If it's a treat and bring some sap back, we'll teach you how to grab that. If it's a problem, I bring 2 dimes. The Lion King, Nala Pin, Simba 2 times. RASnFRESH, get you game, and they really wise. And you can see they soul in they pretty eyes. I pulled up the RASnFRESH, they gave me all the love. Cause I learned the lioness protect all the colors.
Welcome to the RASnFRESH. The 2 girls gonna let you know the end. They're not gonna hold their tongue like nothing else. They get present when I see them. This is how I feel.
Girl, when I first looked at you, I knew that it had to be true. That there could be love at first sight. I knew it when I first looked at you. Cause girl, you're like an angel that somehow passed my way, girl. Special someone that I wait for. It feels like my lucky day. Cause she's pouring out her heart and soul to me. Now you tell me, is this love, is this real, is this fantasy?
Welcome to the RASnFRESH show. They're gonna let you know. Let you know that.
We can fly,
Welcome to the RASnFRESH.